Welcome to Friday, everybody. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon, for the Friday, September 12th edition of Litter Media Live. Great to have you along with us as we wrap up the work week for most people. We have some diligent folks I know that are out there on Saturday and Sunday. First responders, all you folks out there that work in retail, we appreciate you. And I've had to work a few Saturdays and Sundays.
Me too.
In fact, I still do with updating websites and so forth. But great to have you along with us on this particular Friday. The weather continues to look nice. Look for some sunny skies today. Temperatures up around 81, 82 degrees. If you're going out to the football games tonight with a 7 o'clock kickoff, it kind of looks like maybe still, what, Aaron? Would you guess between maybe 75? Because 80s at 5, 70s at 8 p.m., so maybe 73. Around 75 or 73.
I'd say 73.
73. But by the end of the football game, when I'm blocked out by the camera, is that in the 50s by that time?
11 p.m. says 65.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad.
No.
I don't even know if you need a sweater or jacket for that. So we would call that excellent football Friday night weather. There's a slight chance of some showers on Saturday, but it's going to be one of those hit and miss deals. But look for more sunny skies again on Sunday. A lot to talk about when we come back here in just a few moments with beneficial news that you can use, all ahead on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They've been around for more than 4 decades, folks. That's older than Aaron Glandon.
That is. It's a lot older than Aaron Glandon.
A lot older, and but not quite as old as me. And I've been a satisfied customer of these guys and gals for many years. And yes, I've used all 3 of the categories that they list in their business name: heating, cooling, and plumbing. If you're looking for a change, maybe in your service, give Accurate a call.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle, send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary.
Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
If you want to find beneficial news you can find that on our website at littermedia.com. We have all the things that Mike puts in there for us, as well as links to our social media pages like X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio. So this is your hub for beneficial news that you can use, isn't it, Mike?
So our top story would appear somewhere in those categories that you mentioned?
Actually, no.
Made a liar out of it.
Top story is going to be found on Dan Ramey's Facebook page about the annual Chillicothe handbag hullabaloo benefiting Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. This was held last night at the Christopher Conference Center. Coordinator Jana Deddy announced that the event has raised $400,000 for the Ronald McDonald House Charities during its 10-year run. The event has made it possible for families from Pickaway, Pike, and Ross counties to stay free of charge at Ronald McDonald House while their children are receiving care at Nationwide's Children's Hospital.
And if you're watching this in our video show, that's a great crowd. That room is full.
That's a packed house.
That is full of people there. So God bless their efforts over the years. If you've never, fortunately, we've never had a child that had to be in the hospital like that where we had to stay, but I know a lot of families who have, and the Ronald McDonald House is absolutely a godsend, but it couldn't have happened without all of the people like this that have given to that. And the McDonald's here in our part of the state, here in Southern Ohio, Ross, Pike, they have been, I believe they've told us a number of times, the major contributor in many years of this project. So fantastic job by the local McDonald's restaurants. Every day, 22 veterans lose their lives to suicide. Let's come together to raise awareness and show support. Join the Ruck 22 Fall Food and Music Festival tomorrow at Yoctangee Park between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. They'll have music, food, and hope for a better tomorrow in support of our tremendous veterans. Top 3 award winners have been announced in the Hills annual regional exhibition at the Pump House Center for the Arts. Now, this photo was a first-place finish from Rita Turner Roberts. It's called Raking the Sky. And that does kind of resemble the old-fashioned rakes that you would see being pulled behind the tractors.
It looks very psychedelic.
Yes. I had the second and third place finishers, but I pulled a dumb today. I forgot my laptop. We did manage to get this, though. Second place went to Trevor Eric for Hello Dolly. That's a painting of, yes, Dolly Parton. And third place went to Patrick Sims for the Get Together. And it's a picture of like 3 older gentlemen sitting on a bench, like the guys do at the Cracker Barrel or whatever, just talking about old times.
Yeah, I see that a lot at Krispy Kreme. Yeah. I went into Krispy Kreme the other day.
Yeah.
I think it was like 3 in the afternoon to get some pumpkin donuts. Just a bunch of old timers sitting there hashing it out.
Good stuff. A total of 75 pieces were submitted by 41 artists this year, and there were 12 awards passed out. So congratulations and thanks to the Pump House Center for the Arts for all they do to exhibit that art each year.
Yeah, absolutely. Country music singer Andy Griggs is going to perform at the Majestic Theater on September 19th. At 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available online at majesticchillicothe.net. What day of the week is the night?
I believe that's a week from tonight.
All right.
Yes.
And there's a code on there that you can receive $20 off of 2 tickets if you are planning on going to that show. It's going to be very useful to you. Lisa Whalen and Nancy Gomez of Shine On Chillicothe appeared on our special edition yesterday to discuss their campaign to raise money for the new tree in Yoctangee Park.
For people who don't know, what's it take to put something like this on? What kind of budget do you need to have to put on a show like what we're seeing displayed behind us?
We actually have 2 major expenses we consider our biggest expenses, and that would be, excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. Our lighting contractor out of Columbus, Light Up Columbus.
You're Shine On.
We are. It's called Light Up Columbus, and they provide a lot of the larger displays. Those are leased rather than owned. So that's our number one expense, our largest expense. And second to that would be our electrical contractor, who, without her, and she's also she's an active member of our committee, but she's not a voting member of our committee due to the conflict of interest. But without her, we would be lost because none of us know anything about electricity. So that would be our second major expense. And we start fundraising in January because we have to have things in place way before Shine On lights up the park.
You can find that full interview on our Facebook and YouTube channels, or you can listen to it on demand at Litter Media Spotify.
The OMJ Career Center Pike County will be having one of their Van on the Road events. We've talked about this a number of times over the years. That next one is coming up on September the 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Pike County Outreach of Churches, which is located at 306 Bridge Street in Waverly. I think their next one after that will be September the 29th. But this one we're talking about right now is coming up on September the 7th. It's an opportunity for Pike County residents to learn more about area job and training services and other resources that'll be a big help for them. And the Ohio Power Siting Board will hold a local public hearing regarding bluegrass power generation proposal to construct an 800-megawatt natural gas-fired electric generation facility in Jefferson Township of Fayette County. That public hearing is coming up on November the 17th at 6 p.m. at the Jeffersonville Lions Club, which is located on Railroad Street in Jeffersonville. I'm just guessing that a lot of this gas generation, turning it to electricity, will be used for the EV plant over right outside of Jeffersonville.
Yeah.
Our road report in Jackson County, a resurfacing project on State Route 93 between the village of Oak Hill and Sternberger Road. At least one lane is being maintained using flaggers, and that goes through this fall. Those are beneficial topics, if you will, that you can use today. When we come up, we have sports, which also includes our Player of the Week from the Neil Coleman Insurance Services, Wyandotte Mutual, brought to you by Homeland Credit Union. All that's coming up, so don't go away. Stay with us on Litter Media Live.
But first, listen to us talk about the Skag clearance sale, which is going on right now. And the prices are so low down there, Mike, you're going to think they've lost their minds.
Wow.
Choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry because once clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, and so are the low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor and call Hometown Motors Incorporated at 740-773-8826 for more information. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll tell you who that player is this week in just a few short moments. But first, we want to get you on the radio so you can listen to some SVC action tonight with Mike Smith and Dan Ramey, both on the call. Unyota travels to the Huntington Huntsman. Coverage is going to begin at 6:50. And if you don't know where to find that, just scan the QR code right on your screen if you're watching live on Facebook or watching later on YouTube. Or you can go to littermedia.com, and there's a radio player right there where you can listen to the game.
And we, I believe, are the only broadcasters there tonight. So if you're not there and you want to listen, I mean, you can listen to it if you're there, but the signal's about 45 seconds after the play. So if you can tolerate that, we'd love to have you join us tonight. Taking a look at the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard from last night, Zane Trace wins SVC Girls Golf Match number 6 with a 180. 3 strokes ahead of Piketon. Rosella Latavo of Zane Trace medal with a 37. Also last night in boys golf in the SOC2, Western had a big win last night. They're now 59 strokes ahead of their runner-up with the 18-hole finale for the regular season coming up on September 17th. Their coach was getting that information to us here earlier this morning. There's also a ton of high school volleyball, soccer, tennis from last night. Some other score pages only give you like volleyball and soccer. We give you the tennis, the golf, all of that along with volleyball and soccer and football. So check that out. And don't forget to check that out late tonight after the ball game so we can get you caught up on all the finals of football as well on the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard.
In baseball, the Reds are going to open a weekend series against the A's tonight, and the Reds are 1.5 games back, so they are still in it.
Can you believe that? After losing 11 of 14, falling to like 6 games out, here they come, thanks mostly because the Mets are stinking the field up right now.
And Mike Smith is Mr. Hopeful over here. He thinks they're going to win it all.
Every time I get my hopes up, they dash those hopes. So I'm going to be Mr. Negative. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Come on, do it. Let's see what happens.
And the Guardians, they beat the Royals last night in a close one, 3-2. Who do they have next? Do you know?
Let's see. I think we had that in yesterday's notes. Where do they go? I think they have maybe the it's terrible getting old. I can see it on the page from yesterday, and I can't remember. But I believe they're at home tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, or tonight. Pardon me. So, and they're in their Central Division playoff race as well. So keep rooting for them. This is going to be the Battle of Ohio tomorrow. The Ohio State Buckeyes hosting the Ohio Bobcats. Now, here's the bad news. Bless you.
Thank you.
Here's the bad news. If you're not there and you don't want to pay extra to watch it, you're not going to watch it because it's on some subscription service.
Do you know what it's on?
Prime? Is it Prime?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it is.
Well, I have that, so.
So you have to, I could listen to the radio, local radio stations that are part of the Buckeye Radio Network. But just a little stroll down memory lane, because I think the Buckeyes are like 31-point favorites, ranked number 1. But Ohio University is playing very well. A big win over West Virginia last week. In 2010, the Buckeyes put up over 439 yards in offense in a 43-7 victory over the Bobcats. But 2 years prior to that, at Ohio Stadium, the Buckeyes were trailing the Bobcats 7-6 at halftime, and it was 14-6 in the third quarter before Ohio State rallied to score 20 unanswered points for a 26-14 victory. Don't overlook the Bobcats, but go Bucks.
I think it's a safe bet to say Ohio State's going to win that game. In the NFL, the Browns are going to travel to Baltimore this Sunday in an AFC North rivalry game.
Field goal kicker.
Yes. There was some field goal action last night in Thursday Night Football.
Oh, is that right? I didn't hear.
2 bounces off the uprights.
Oh,
from
really?
2 different kickers.
Wow.
Yeah. And that game was not pretty for me as a Commanders fan. The Packers destroyed us.
I wonder, because I've seen both things happen, where the kicker kicks the ball, it hits an upright or the crossbar and comes out. Mm-hmm. I've also seen times where it hits maybe the upright and goes in. I wonder what happens more times than the other.
It just depends on what part of the upright you hit.
But I would say probably of all contact with the goalpost, probably there's been more misses
than
think. Hits.
Have you ever seen it bounce from one to the other?
Not from upright to upright. I have seen it hit the upright, the crossbar, and go in, but not upright and upright. That'd be a heck of a ricochet.
Yeah.
By alluding to the Browns kicker that missed an extra point and a field goal that would have won the game last week. But I think he still has his job.
Yeah. And the Bengals are going to host Jacksonville.
Both of those are 1 o'clock start time, I believe. Okay. All right. Now, here's the time you're waiting for. Our Neil Coleman Insurance Services Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week, brought to you by Homeland Credit Union. I listened to this on the feed last week because Dan, the voice of the Cavs, and BJ Daly were calling this. Aaron was down on the field. And this guy had a career night. Carte Ligon of Chillicothe rushed for 420 yards and scored 5 touchdowns.
He's absolutely explosive.
He's
a great runner and a good defensive player, too, with some hard hits on defense. And if you want to see that, you can watch our Game of the Week highlights video. You can see all his touchdowns and one particular really hard hit that drew a flag.
So if you've not seen this young man play, you got to go see the Cavaliers at some point this season, because he is the real deal, and he's just a sophomore. He rushed for over 1,200 yards last year, I think in just 7 regular season games, because he started out as a wide receiver and they moved him to the backfield. Kind of a similar deal this year. They were going to try him as a wideout again, but when Andrew Hammond, the quarterback, got hurt in week 1, they moved him to the backfield because the running back they had there, Harris, moved to quarterback. So it's kind of like, just leave him in the backfield. You can always throw the ball to him out of the backfield.
That's true.
But congratulations being our player of the week. And if you would like to nominate an athlete, an amateur athlete, doesn't matter whether it's pee-wee to college, just as long as they're not professional athletes, you can send their name, send the stats, anything you have that help us out to, decide, between the different nominations or spectacular performances that we have in the area, and we'll get that out as our player of the week. And you can email it to our Gmail account.
Yeah, littermedia@gmail.com. Or you could send it to us on Facebook Messenger. Any way you can get a hold of us, we'll take it.
Yeah. And also, if you send a photo, we just need to know who took the photo and we have permission to use it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's that. When we come back, we wrap it up. Going back memory lane to 1972, a sad day, but we want to focus on the great times of the late Hopalong Cassidy. And I'm not talking football at Ohio State. I'm talking about the original Hop Cassidy. All that coming up on Litter Media Live.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
For those of you that are old enough to remember the old B-Westerns that they used to show at the movie house, 1930s, Hopalong Cassidy. Well, on this date in 1972, Hoppy passed away. But after nearly 40 years of riding across millions of American television and movie screens, the cowboy actor whose real name was William Boyd, best known as Hop Cassidy. He died at the age of 77 in 1972. Riding to the small screen's rescue came the movie cowboy William Boyd, and during the 30s, he made about 50 what they would refer to as B movies. They were kind of cheap serials that they'd play at the movie theaters, mostly on Saturday afternoons for the kids. But when TV came along, William Boyd said, why don't we take this idea to the TV screen? And they did. And while Hop Cassidy was big on the movie screen, he was probably even bigger because of television. And his TV shows ran for probably, I don't know, the late 40s to into the 60s. But Hop Cassidy was well known. I was telling Aaron, a nice job by Dan Ramey on this.
Yeah, this is not my art.
We had a cup, like a mug at home, and it was a white cup with the lettering, and the image was green, and the image was just like what Dan painted or drew on that picture. It was Hoppy standing next to his horse, and I had the name of the horse down, and I can't remember. I forgot to include it in my notes. But it's kind of like all the famous movie cowboys, TV cowboys, they had a horse and it had a name, but I can't remember what Hoppy's was. But Topper was the name of his horse. And for all the years that he was on, I doubt that it was the same horse all those years.
Oh, probably not. Because
they don't live as long as cowboys do.
Who would win in a fight between Hopalong Cassidy and the Lone Ranger?
Well, they would never fight because they were both really good guys. While the Lone Ranger was often misunderstood because of his mask, he was really a good guy. But Hoppy, like Roy Rogers, they were always good guys. A lot of different cowboys, but Hop Cassidy passed away on this date back in 1972. Well, that's going to cover it for us. Don't forget to tune in tonight. BJ Daly is off on vacation tonight. That's why Dan is filling in with me on the broadcast booth tonight. Should be a good one. Huntington is hosting this one. They are 2-1. Their only loss was to Eastern Pike in that wild finish they had a couple of weeks ago. The Shermans are 3-0 and looking mighty impressive in all of their wins. They've scored no less than 40 in any of their games. Huntington's lowest out point was their loss, and they scored 35 in that one. They could be, I don't think they have fireworks like they did at Chillicothe High School last week, literal fireworks every time they scored.
Yeah.
If they did it at the Huntington Hills tonight, that might be constant bombardment of firecracker shells going out. But if you can't be there in person, well, be there on purpose. Be there on purpose. If you can't be there in person, you can tune us in on Litter Media Radio. Airtime at about 6:50 tonight on the radio. Unioto at Huntington. Until that time, for Dan Ramey and for Aaron Glandon, who usually is only doing this, but you can see that beautiful, lovely hair that he has. For Aaron Glandon, this is Mike Smith saying so long from all of us. Have a great week, everybody, and a great weekend from all of us here at Litter Media Live.